If you want to save a major logistics fleet, millions of dollars a year in diesel fuel, you don't redesign the engine block.
Right.
You don't overhaul the transmission. Well, you buy them a bucket of soap. Welcome to today's deep dive.
Yeah, it sounds like a joke, but I mean, it's really not.
It's totally real. Today we are unpacking the global truck wash and detailing sector, which I know sounds like a cosmetic chore.
Yeah, purely vanity. Yeah.
Exactly. But for the average driver, a car wash is just to make the car look nice. In the global trucking industry, though, it's quietly evolved into this multi-billion-dollar strategic necessity.
It really has. And our mission today is to unpack the data from our 2026 Outlook sources and really discover how soap and water are fundamentally altering fleet performance.
Right.
And, regulatory compliance and just the bottom line economics of the supply chain.
So if you are interested in logistics or business models or just, love a good hidden industry story, this deep dive is going to completely change how you look at the trucks rolling down the highway.
Absolutely, because we're so conditioned to view a vehicle wash through the lens of a passenger car, right? Like a $10 transaction.
Yeah, just grabbing a wash at the gas station.
Exactly.
Oh.
But when you're dealing with an 80,000-pound commercial vehicle, the context completely shifts. It's practically a matter of survival for modern fleets.
So before we look at why fleets are washing their trucks, we really have to look at the staggering scale of how much they are actually spending to do it.
The numbers are wild.
They are. The global heavy-duty truck wash market was valued at roughly $1.5 billion in 2023.
Right?
And it is projecting to hit $2.4 billion by 2032, which is a 5.3% compound annual growth rate.
But wait, here is the real data quirk in all of this. That $1.5 billion is strictly the global heavy-duty segment, right? The Class 8 semi-trucks.
Right.
If you look at the U.S. commercial vehicle washing industry as a whole, it's estimated at a massive $12 billion.
Like $12 billion just in the U.S.
Yeah, exactly, because that encompasses everything. Long-haul, 18-wheelers, local delivery vans, refrigerated box trucks, all the last-mile logistics.
That is a fascinating contrast. You have this $1.5 billion global heavy-duty market, but then this $12 billion broader U.S. market. It just shows how vast and, well, fragmented this ecosystem is.
Oh, it's incredibly fragmented, and it's shifting fast. Like, mobile truck wash services are on an absolute tear right now.
Right. The mobile side is huge.
Yeah, growing from $1.2 billion in 2024 to an expected $2.45 billion by 2033. Logistics companies make up over 65% of that mobile revenue now.
Just through fleet contracts, right.
Exactly. They aren't sending drivers to go find a wash anymore. The wash is coming to the depot.
Which makes sense. And there's a massive technology shift happening here, too. 55% of fleets now use automated wash systems.
Which is huge for efficiency.
Yeah, because they're up to 9 times faster than manual washing. I mean, going from manual to automated systems is like the jump from dial-up internet to fiber optic.
That's a great way to put it.
Doing it 9 times faster entirely changes the math on a truck's downtime.
And it's not just faster, it's safer. Touchless systems are really rising to reduce damage and labor. Heavy brushes can rip off sensors and cameras.
Right, which would cost thousands. Okay, so we see the billions being spent. The obvious question you have to be asking is why?
Yeah, it's not about vanity.
No, let's look at the hard physical ROI of a clean truck. First up is corrosion reduction, right?
Absolutely. Regular washing removes road salts and magnesium chloride, especially in northern climates.
And that saves the industry, what, billions of dollars annually in repair costs?
Billions, because those salts aggressively attack the undercarriage. But the most surprising stat from our source, and this is wild, is fuel efficiency.
Okay, yes, let's talk about this because I am highly skeptical here.
A lot of people are. But clean trucks actually gain 0.3 to 1.0 miles per gallon strictly due to reduced aerodynamic drag.
See, that sounds crazy to me, but I try to visualize the physics for you guys listening. Imagine you are going for a swim. If you wear a sleek swimsuit, you glide through the water. But if you try swimming in a heavy cotton t-shirt and denim jeans, it just grabs you.
Yeah, you'd be exhausted.
Right. You expend twice the energy. So a thick layer of dried mud and bug splatter on a 53-foot trailer acts exactly like that denim jacket.
That is a perfect analogy for the boundary layer effect.
It turns a smooth surface into, like, sandpaper, holding the massive vehicle back. But still, How does point 0.3 to 1.0 mpg compound across a fleet of hundreds of trucks driving millions of miles?
It compounds massively. A truck gets maybe 6 or 7 miles to the gallon, driving 100,000 miles a year.
Okay, so that half a mile per gallon improvement is hundreds of thousands of gallons of diesel saved annually for a 500-truck fleet.
Exactly. The soak pays for itself in fuel. And then there's maintenance savings. Implementing regular washing programs can drop maintenance costs by up to 20%.
Because a mechanic can actually see the cracks and leaks, right?
Exactly. You can't see a structural weld failing if it's under an inch of dried mud.
Wow. And then there's the inspection side. Clean vehicles are visibly well kept, which actually makes them less likely to be pulled over for intensive, delay-causing inspections.
Yeah, it's a visual proxy for mechanical reliability. Highway patrols see a clean truck and subconsciously assume the engine and the driver are just as disciplined.
So a clean truck slips through the air better and breaks down less. But what about the people inside the truck?
Right, the drivers.
Yeah, and the people paying for the cargo. The physical benefits clearly lead directly to psychological and corporate benefits.
Oh, without a doubt. Let's start with driver retention. It is a highly competitive labor market right now.
And driving is a grueling lifestyle.
It is. So clean, well-maintained cabs significantly boost driver comfort, satisfaction, and ultimately retention. The cab is their apartment and their office.
Right. And then for the shippers and brokers, brand perception is huge.
Huge. Cleanliness is viewed as a proxy for professionalism. If you are in sensitive sectors like food, retail, or pharmaceuticals, you can't show up in a dirty rig.
It's like dressing up for a high-stakes job interview.
Exactly.
If you show up to haul millions of dollars of vaccines in a rig caked in mud, shippers just assume you're careless with the cargo too.
Yeah, they don't trust you. In fact, many shippers now actually require documented wash schedules just to onboard a carrier.
Wait, they actually demand it in the contract?
Yes, you can't even bid on the freight without proving your fleet hygiene, and it ties directly into sustainability and ESG, environmental, social, and governance goals.
I was going to ask, how does a simple truck wash become a vital line item in corporate ESG compliance?
Well, large corporations have to track their Scope 3 supply chain emissions, right? So fleets using certified, eco-friendly automated washes help shippers meet those ESG goals. The data flows right into their corporate reporting.
That is wild. Okay, so we've seen why the customers demand it. Let's flip the script.
Let's do it.
If you are the one providing the soap, how do you actually run a profitable truck wash business in 2026?
It's all about the business model mix. Basic washes rely on really high frequency and low margins. You just have to crank them out.
Just nonstop volume.
Exactly. But detailing offers high margins. However, it takes a lot of time and labor. So revenue stability is crucial.
Which means fleet contracts and subscription models, right?
Yeah, that recurring cash flow is the only way to survive, especially with automation ROI. Facilities that wash more than 40 trucks a week can see a return on their automated equipment investment within just 18 to 24 months.
Wow, 18 to 24 months. That's really fast for heavy infrastructure.
It is, but then you have mobile operations. They are less capital intensive upfront because there's no real estate.
Right, but they're entirely dependent on ruthless route optimization.
Exactly. And the market is highly fragmented, but there are some big standout players we should mention.
Yeah, let's go through the big players. So for fixed locations, Blue Beacon is the giant, right?
Oh yeah, Blue Beacon is everywhere. Nationwide truck stop coverage. But then on the mobile side, Fleet Clean is the leader focusing on those fleet contracts and on-site service.
Got it. And then Quality Fleet Services does mobile and detailing, but with a heavy focus on water recovery and the environment.
Right. And for the tech driving all this, WashTech is the global equipment manufacturer pushing the automated systems.
And Hydrochem Systems.
They are the chemical and integrated solutions experts pushing the sustainable soaps and detergents.
See, I have to push back a bit on this mobile versus fixed location dynamic.
Okay, let's hear it.
If mobile is growing so fast and it relies on this, Netflix-style subscription model for trucks right at the depot, isn't the fixed location model doomed?
I mean, it seems like it would be.
Yeah, why force a driver to waste valuable on-duty hours at a truck stop when it can happen overnight at the yard? How do places like Blue Beacon still thrive?
It comes down to geography and throughput. Not every truck goes back to a Home Depot every week.
Oh, right. Independent owner-operator.
Exactly. Long-haul carriers are crisscrossing the country. They rely entirely on that interstate fixed infrastructure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Plus, a mobile unit only carries so much water. Once it washes a dozen trucks, it has to go refill. A fixed automated bay is tapped into the municipal grid. It can wash 40 trucks an hour, 24 hours a day.
The scale is just totally different.
Completely different.
But the business models are solid. However, as with any booming industry, rapid growth brings growing pains. Let's look at the friction slowing these companies down and where the industry is heading by 2030.
The major challenges are pretty steep. High capital costs for those automated systems, for one.
And severe labor shortages, right?
Yeah, which is exactly what's forcing the automation in the first place. Plus, the market fragmentation causes inconsistent quality across the board.
But the biggest hurdle has to be environmental. Processing 40 commercial trucks an hour requires an ocean of water.
It's massive. Water scarcity and strict permitting regulations require huge investments in treatment.
But the tech is catching up, isn't it? Our sources say current tech allows up to 90% water recycling.
Yes, 90%. And they use biodegradable chemicals.
I am marveling at that 90% water recycling figure. That is astounding.
It's incredible engineering. They filter out heavy metals, diesel particulates, salts, and reuse the water.
Since water scarcity is becoming a global crisis, does this mean the truck wash industry might actually pioneer water reclamation tech that other industries will have to adopt?
I think so, absolutely. High-volume, closed-loop filtration perfected in highway wash bays could easily be adapted for heavy manufacturing or agriculture.
Regulatory necessity driving innovation.
Exactly. And looking at the future outlook from 2026 to 2030, growth remains tied to freight demand, obviously.
If people buy stuff, trucks move.
Right. But the next phase will really be defined by digital integration, subscriptions, and integrated fleet maintenance solutions.
And geographic expansion too, right?
Huge expansion. Emerging markets in Africa and Asia present massive growth opportunities due to underdeveloped infrastructure and rising logistics demand.
As their networks mature, they'll need the exact same efficiency and compliance we are seeing here.
Exactly. It's a universal economic principle.
Well, let's briefly recap this journey for everyone. We started with a simple bucket of soap.
Yeah, and uncovered a $12 billion U.S. ecosystem.
We saw how precision automation and stripping road grime reduces aerodynamic drag, saving millions in fuel.
And how fleet hygiene drives driver retention and secures corporate ESG compliance.
All while pivoting toward heavy automation and aggressive 90% water recycling.
The layers are so deep. But I want to leave you with one final unmentioned implication to chew on regarding that digital integration we talked about.
Okay, let's hear it.
The source material noted that many shippers now require documented wash schedules for compliance, right? And that cleanliness is a proxy for mechanical reliability.
Right.
So as digital integration continues, how long until a truck's real-time wash data and hygiene metrics become a tradable commodity in logistics software?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or even a hard requirement by insurance companies to determine a fleet's premium. Will the data of when you wash your truck soon be as valuable as the cargo inside it?
Wash data evolving into a predictive insurance metric completely rewrites the risk models. It just proves how much operational leverage is hidden beneath the surface of the things we drive past every single day.
It really does.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep asking questions and keep exploring the hidden systems that keep the world moving.